All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessing and salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Al Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shah. All right, and what I want to get into today is dealing with the book of Job, chapter 18, verse 5. And I found the jewel, all right, in this NIV Bible, that I'll be using sometime. It got a little tidbit. It's actually a children Bible, and it has little small tidbits in it, and I'll show you in a minute. But I found something on Job 18 that really brought this precept out. Okay, and one thing about it, the destruction of Esau is our comfort. Knowing that Yahweh Bashim Shai has a judgment, okay, for this whole nation, should be our comfort. All right. So when you get the book of Job, chapter 18, verse 5, it says, yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be darkness in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. Okay. So when scriptures speak about the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine, well, what is they going into? Okay, we know that this is the end of this man's rulership. Okay, we know that this is the end of this man, all right, having authority in the earth, because he runs the earth, okay, based off of false light. He called himself the illuminated ones. Okay, but it's in wickedness. It's not true light. Okay, it's not the light of righteousness, man. Okay, and then you have, okay, mm, let's go here, because you go into a Bible custom. Okay. So we go into it said life in Bible times. It says sleeping lamps. It said during Bible times, people kept an olive oil lamp burning all night. A dark house or tent meant no one was there. Job says that the lamp of the wicked will be put out. This means that the wicked will die and their houses will be empty. You see? So you go back, you had a custom of the sleeping light with the olive oil, and that was the lights, that they kept burning all night. Okay, because it was dark, you know. So they would keep those lights on all night. You see, to have light around the house until the sun would come up in the morning. So if there was no light, okay, all right, that meant that the house was empty, it was vacant, no one was there. If there was no light. Okay, that lamp wasn't burning. You couldn't see that lamp when you approaching the house, and you couldn't see, those lamps burning. Okay, from that house. Well, it means that it was empty. Okay, so the Lord saying He's getting ready to empty out Esau, man, and it begins with Him emptying out America. Okay, and then eventually the whole nation of Edom is going to be emptied out of the earth. Thus said the Lord. All right, the house of the wicked will be empty. The Lord finna put this man lights out, man. Okay. You see, man, that's heavy. When I read that little tidbit, I said, man, we've been reading that precept for a while, man, but that tidbit really brought it to life. Let's read in NLT and then get some more precepts to back that up. It says, surely the light of the wicked will be snuffed out. The sparks of their fire will not glow. The light in their tent will grow dark. The lamp hanging above them will be quenched, man. And this is the Lord finna empty this man. Okay? You see? So when you go to other precepts, well, it's the same. All right? It's the same narrative on the same tone. When you go to Joel 3, because remember that word empty. All right? This is the book of Joel, chapter 3. in verse in 19, it says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom will be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. So it said Egypt, which is modern day America, shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a wilderness. All right, a desolate wilderness. Now let's get this word desolate, desolation. Okay, desolation. It says a state of complete emptiness or destruction. Okay, a state of complete emptiness or destruction, man. America's gonna be completely emptied out, man. The tabernacle of America, all right, of spiritual Egypt, all right. Babylon the Great is gonna be completely emptied out. The Lord gonna put the lights out in America, man. Okay, and after 1,000 years of captivity, He's gonna completely empty out the house of Esau, man. Okay, let's get another precept. All right, this is Jeremiah 50 and 23, and I'll read it in the NLT. Jeremiah 50, all right, and 23, it says, Babylon, speaking of America, the mightiest hammer in all the earth, all right, lies broken, all right, and shattered. Babylon is desolate among the nation. Listen, Babylon, for I have set a trap for you. You are caught, for you have fought against the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. And this devil is in the trap, especially America, man, going into this third world war. All right, because America, all right, is going to get the short end of the stick in this third world war. All right, see, America was able to dominate World War One, World War Two. Okay, they've been able to, project this power throughout the earth after World War Two. You see, so it used to being, in a position of dominance. Okay, so how is the mightiest, okay, hammer in all the earth broken and shattered? Well, the Lord, all right, the will of the Lord wants it to be broken and shattered, no matter how mighty it has been. Okay, so we come to a time when America's in the snare, that they finna be drugged into this third world war. All right, it's gonna finish them, man. Okay, verse 25, it says the Lord has opened His armory and brought out the weapons to vent His fury, and this is the nukes. And it said these weapons are to vent His fury. Like you can call someone and vent about your tough day at work, or family situation, or whatever. You call somebody and vent. Where the Lord's gonna vent by these missiles, man. That's how the Lord gonna vent. When the Lord finishes venting, okay, about His fury against America, it's gonna be a desert. Okay, all these cities and buildings and neighborhoods and stadiums and hotels is gonna be a desert. That's how the Lord gonna vent. You see, with those nukes, man. It says the terror that falls upon the Babylonians will be the work of the sovereign Lord of heaven's armies. Yes, come against her from distant lands, those missiles coming from distant lands, break open her granaries, crush her walls and houses into heaps of rubble, destroy her completely, and leave nothing, okay, empty. You see? This place is gonna be emptied out, lights out for America, man, vacant. Okay, the light is gonna be put out. And it's spiritual that they got what a Statue of Liberty is the symbol of America, man. Okay, and this place is about to be completely, all right, emptied out, lights out in America, man. Okay, so let's go from there. Let's get this in. Go back to the book of Job 18, because eventually the devil's gonna be put all the way out. Okay. This is Job 18, and I started 16. It says his roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. And this is cutting off the lineage of Esau. Okay, making his house, because house is another word for lineage. Okay, so you go into the house of Esau where his lineage, all right, is finna be cut off, man. And if you dry up the roots beneath and you destroy the branches above, well, ain't no coming back from that. Okay, his remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. Okay, this man gonna be chased out of the world, literally, man. You know, rooted out. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwelling. That it said that they come and said they that come after him shall be astonished at his day, and they that went before him were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not the Most High, or who rejected the Most High, man. Okay, so this is Esau's being completely snuffed out, his lamp being put out for good. Okay, first America being destroyed, his rulership being snuffed out. Okay, America being emptied out, desolate. Okay, there's gonna be a vacancy, forever vacancy, and then, all right, his lineage is gonna be snuffed out the earth, man. Okay, the light of the wicked is gonna be put out. Okay, so Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified till next time I say shalom.